Hey, konnichiwa, Minasan, it's Gray, Wakizashi's Teahouse, over in Japan. Are you good and genki? I'm pretty good, thanks. Getting a little bit of hay fever at the moment, so I'm a bit bunged up, but never mind. First of all, let me recommend from last week, if you didn't pick it up, Usagi Yojimbo 10,000 Plums, issue 1. Just really, really good Stan Sakai storytelling. Great art, nice colours in here as well. Got Usagi and Yukichi and Gen. Good to see Gen back there. Gen's the rhino with a chopped off horn if you're not sure. So yeah, big recommend, do check it out.
He swaps his longsword for a Wakizashi, so...
Okay, new comics for this week, March the 12th, Wednesday it will be, 2025. First from DC, Absolute Superman issue 5. Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval on this. It says here, brace yourself for a heartbreaking tale of the final fate of Krypton. So it sounds like we're going to get a Krypton-focused story here. And just as a shout-out, I'll be reviewing this with Weird Science Comics Jim on Friday night, American time. I think it's 7:15 Eastern, possibly. Sorry, time difference. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know anything.
We have Batman and Robin issue 19, written by Phil Kennedy Johnson. Art is by Javier Fernandez. This is $4.99. Is this the finale of the story? Let's have a look. Demise of the dynamic duo, it says here on this rather muted cover. Jason Todd to the rescue. Okay, great, he's going to be in it. As Memento's reign of terror continues, the city's inhabitants find themselves locked in fear as Gotham awaits Memento's next move. It sounds like we're going to get a heart-to-heart between Damian and Jason Todd. If you're not reading this, by the way, I really do recommend it. It's probably one of the best current Batman stories out there, but sadly, I don't think it's doing that well. I don't know. You know, looking at the not very reliable sales charts, it wasn't very high up, but yeah, do recommend it. Continuing with The Dark Knight, we've got Batman Dark Patterns issue 4. This is part 1 of a new story arc. Dan Waters writing, Hayden Sherman on art. Great cover, by the way. Case 2. There's a strange tower in Gotham City where the voices of the living and the dead echo. The inhabitants are in a standoff with the police. What Batman discovers is the people of the tower are following the direction of a single, strangely familiar voice. Whose could it be? Aquaman issue 3 comes out, written by Jeremy Adams, art by John Timms. $3.99 for this, so that's worth noting, a $3.99 DC comic. I always give a new series at least 3 issues, and this is it. I'm going to see how this strikes me, whether I'm going to continue with this or not. Never got into Aquaman before. Maybe I just haven't read the right stories, but yeah, it's not really won me over so far, but we'll see how it goes. At least the art's going to be nice by John Timms. How about you? Are you reading Aquaman? And speak of the devil, Jeremy Adams again with Morgan Hampton on writing duties. Pencils, Fernando Passerin, inks, Auclair Albert. It is Green Lantern Corps, issue 2. Oh, I nearly said corpse then. Green Lantern's corpse? Oh my god. $3.99 again, DC $3.99 book. I really enjoyed the first issue of this. It was a lot of fun, so yeah, I'm up for this. I like the cover, it's pretty cool, so looking forward to seeing what's going on. The mystery of the fractal lanterns deepens, apparently. And John Stewart and company are fighting with Hawkwoman by their side. And one more to shout out, and this, I want to try and get hold of a physical copy of this. It is a facsimile edition of The Saga of the Swamp Thing, issue 37, written by Alan Moore. Alan Moore, yeah. Pencils Rick Veitch, inks John Tottleben, colours Titania Wood, letters John Constantine. I had to say it. I know it's John Constanza. I know. This is the first appearance of John Constantine in the DC universe, so that's why I'm picking it up. Do you know, I used to have a physical copy of this years ago when I was buying comics, like a foolish young teenage boy that I was. I didn't keep hold of it for some reason. Yeah, so it's number 37 of the original Alan Moore run, so check it out and see how much John looks like Sting. I bet that just went over a lot of people's heads. You know, I am old, don't forget this. And from Marvel, we have The Amazing Spider-Man issue 69. 69 dudes!
Oh, come on!
Legacy 963. Oh my goodness, the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is almost concluded. This is the penultimate issue in the story arc. Feels like it's been going on forever. I know you're probably asking, like, what are you picking this up for, Gray? Well, I'm lucky enough to be able to get a review copy, so I will be checking it out. It's like, watching a car crash in slow motion. You just can't take your eyes off it, even though it's so bad. But hey, who knows? It might be a good issue. Joe Kelly writing this one. Pencils Ed McGuinness. Inks Mark Farmer. What do you think? Are you looking forward to the new #1 in April? I don't know. I think I'm all spideyed out. I've dropped Helverine, I've dropped Hellhunters, but this was actually a recommendation from the Get Fresh crew, the Weird Science Get Fresh crew. Shout out to Jim. Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk, issue 4. Written by Frank Thierry, art by Michael St. Maria, colours Rachel Rosenberg. This has been really fun. I've caught up with it the last few issues. It's like Gangs of New York style Sabretooth story set, in that time. A gangster in steampunk armour and a murderous crocodile man running around murdering people. How good does that sound? Welcome to being the kingpin of the 5 Points underworld, Victor Creed. Hope you survive the experience. $3.99 for this, and as it looks like this universe's version of Iron Man in here. Looking forward to it. Totally mad. A little bit sexy as well last issue, which I'm always up for, you know what I mean? Say no more.
How dare you!
From Image Comics, we've got Transformers issue 18. I managed to get hold of a physical copy of the last issue. Really enjoyed it. Loving Jorge Corona's art. It's written by Daniel Warren Johnson, of course. $3.99 for this. Autobots versus Decepticons versus, spoiler, it's already devastating Seattle, but none of them are prepared for how it will end. That's all it says. Great cover here, by the way, by Daniel Warren Johnson. Yeah, Transformers, it's pulled me back in. And it's still in the top 10 of the best-selling comics of each month, as I say, with a kind of unreliable sales chart. But yeah, it's selling very well. Good to see. And another comic still selling well, and from Image, is Void Rivals issue 17. Yes, I'm back on board this now, thanks to recommendations from some of my members, channel members. Shout out to them, and some comic book buddies as well. Robert Kirkman is writing this. Art is by Lorenzo De Felici. Colours Patricio Del Pesce. $3.99, 32 pages. Just a really good kind of space opera action comedy story. Are you reading it? Do let me know in the comments. Also from Image, and yes, Ghost Machine. Very happy about this. Geiger issue 12 comes out. Writer Jeff Johns, artist Gary Frank, colours by Brad Anderson. You got to mention the colorist because the art and the colours in this are always fantastic. $3.99. The first year of the hit ongoing Geiger series ends with a nuclear showdown. As Geiger fails to take control of his explosive power surges, he must finally face the other glowing man. Plus, Junkyard Joe and Nate, the Nuclear Knight, continue to uncover the secrets behind the unknown war. One of the best series out there. Do pick it up if you're not reading it. And continuing the theme, also from Image and Ghost Machine, Redcoat issue 10. Writer Jeff Johns, pencils Brian Hitch, inks Andrew Curry, colours Brad Anderson again. $3.99 for this. Immortal British Redcoat Simon Pure has been alive over 100 years, and he's still a lousy shot. Bit like a stormtrooper. Enter Annie Oakley, the most famous sharpshooter of the Wild West. She always hits the bullseye, especially the one in Simon's heart. Look at this cover. It looks great. It's fun. It's crazy. It's a good time travel story. John Constantine kind of, in a way without the magic. Well, a little bit of it. And yes, I've got one pick from Dynamite on my list. It is Space Ghost issue 11. That was quick, wasn't it? It feels like issue 10 was only out a week or so ago. This issue, The Council of Doom, written by David Pipos, art Jonathan Lau. When the greatest villains of the galaxy come together with one purpose, can Space Ghost and his young allies possibly survive? The answers lie within these very pages. Awesome cover there. It's Martina, isn't it? Yeah, Francesco Martina. Just a few more to go. We have a new #1 from Image, Assorted Crisis Events, issue 1. Not too keen on the title, but it sounds quite interesting. Although the writer is Dennis Camp. Say no more. Jim from Weird Science Comics' favourite writer. I could be being sarcastic. Art is by Eric Zawadzki. Colours Jordi Belair. Let's see, $4.99. It's 48 pages, so it's a kind of double-sized issue. Time is having a crisis. Mingling in the red light district, you can find actual cavemen, medieval knights, and cyborg soldiers on leave from World War IV. Victorian debutantes amble their way into cell phone stores, confused and bewildered. On their way to work, bleary-eyed commuters get trapped in time loops, assaulted by alternate reality versions of themselves, and try to avoid post-apocalyptic wastelands. And look! The 3:15 bus just took a wrong turn into the Neolithic era. All it says is an ongoing zigzagging anthology series about the compromised clicks of our clocks, full of one-shot stories, both beautiful, ugly, tragic, redemptive, surreal, and somehow all too familiar. And from Mad Cave Studios, Flash Gordon issue 7. Yes, it's Jeremy Adams again. Wow, he's got 3 books out this week. $4.99, 32 pages. Art is by Will Conrad, by the way. Lovely cover. Another planet, another foe, and a blast from Flash's past. With Flash stuck in space, who's able to come and save him? The Hawkmen! The exciting and action-packed adventure continues. And my final pick is from Dark Horse Comics and Miller World. It is Jupiter's Legacy, Finale, Issue 5. The stunning ending to a 12-year saga and 3 generations of superheroes comes to a close. So it is the finale of the finale. Mark Miller writing, art is Matthew Dow Smith, colours Giovanni Nero. It started with a call from an island in 1929 and a promise to save the world. It ends in a bloody battle where the Earth's heroes face the creatures ancient man mistook for gods. Looking forward to seeing how Mark Miller wraps it all up. Okay, that's it. Do let me know your picks as usual. I'd love to hear from you. Do drop a comment. Let me know, do you like this kind of style of video, this format I've been doing? Sometimes these do okay, but sometimes they don't seem to get much interest. I don't know. Just basically, it's a way for me to remember, what's coming out, what I'm looking forward to picking up. And it's a good way for you to, get an idea of, okay, that's out this week. But I don't cover all the comics that are coming out. There are a heck of a lot. I've got a lot more DC to pick than Marvel this week. So yeah, hoping for good things. And big up Indies. Big up Image. Matane.